Divorced Diaries Day 326, and today a friend from the North Island is coming to visit. So, funnily enough, me, her, and the friend that I saw like 2 weeks ago who was here for Licky Ave, we all used to hang out together. It's just by complete coincidence that they both ended up coming down here like 2 weeks apart. But she asked me like, what are some like fun things to do around Christchurch? And I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm going to Lake Tekapo and going up to the gondola. And I was like, yeah, that's that's about it. That's all I know of like adult things to do around here. All of the things that I do around here generally revolve around my children. But I had to think about it, and I was like, I'm pretty sure she used to do bowling all the time. And she used to own a gaming PC, not sure if she does anymore. But I was like, I know a place where you can kind of do both of those things at the same time. So, as a standard behaviour for me, first things first, we went over to Pedal Pusher to get a nice latte, and then it was over into Christchurch where I arrived like 10 minutes early because I assumed there was going to be traffic, but, you know, apparently there's not much traffic at like 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning. So after jamming to some tunes in my car, I eventually picked her up, and then we went into the middle of the town to the ENTX, specifically because this is the place that has mini golf, an arcade, and a bowling alley. However, there was one issue, and it was the fact that I didn't take into account the fact that she had broken her hand about 3 weeks ago. So while that means we couldn't go bowling, it does mean I had a distinct advantage when going up against her in mini golf. But seriously, if you've never played at Holy Moly before, the courses here are amazing. They're so compact in this tiny wee space here in the ENTX, and there's just so many different random holes. There's 18 holes they've got here. Each hole has a theme. And there is a ton of photo opportunities, which of course we took advantage of. But after going for all 18 holes, I ended up only winning by like 1 point, despite the fact that her right hand was out of commission, which I think says a lot about my lack of skill, I suppose. Or maybe she's just really good at mini golf. But while we couldn't go bowling, we could go to the arcade. So I loaded up $50 credit and we had fun just playing a lot of these like random little games around the arcade. I did try my hand at Dance Dance Revolution, but I'm not going to show you that because it's embarrassing for everyone. But after that, it was time to honour an age-old lunch tradition. So the two of us actually used to work together in Fielding. That's where we originally met, which is this tiny wee town up here. See, Palmerston North is here, Foxton's here, Levin's here, Bulls is up here. It's this tiny wee town in the North Island. And when we first met, she was losing weight for her wedding. And she used to always do this thing where she would come to me and she'd be like, Daniel, did you just say that if I don't buy you lunch, you're not going to be friends with me anymore? And I'd be like, yep, that sounds like something I would say. And then she'd be like, drats, guess I gotta go buy lunch. And if I don't lose weight for my wedding, it's your fault. And I'm like, I'll take the blame for that. Anything for a free lunch. So just over here, behind this clock tower, there was this little restaurant. That restaurant was called Thai House Express. We used to always get Thai. Specifically because it was right up the road from MSD. The two of us were case managers at Work at Income Fielding. Not there anymore though. But right next to the MSD here in Hornby in Christchurch is a Thai restaurant, Chiang Thai. I've been here before. It was like day 20. I was crying in my car about my daughter who was sleepwalking. It was a whole thing. But I remember being really impressed with the food. So we came here, we got some chicken satay skewers. They were really good. Roti and satay, always a good combo. Curry puffs, they were also good. And because we used to always get curries, I made sure to get a green curry, which again, very impressed by. Chiang Thai, fantastic Thai restaurant. But while I was there, she also mentioned that she'd never been to the Cookie Time Factory before. And I tell you what, neither have I. So now we're at the Cookie Time Factory. This is effectively a great place to get Cookie Times bulk if you like Cookie Times, because they sell these like half kilo and 1 kilo bags of just various different flavours, as well as even ice creams and like brownie mixes if you want to bake some Cookie Times at home. There was actually this random new flavour that caught my eye, a what do you call this, a collab with Heartland, where they had put chips into a cookie. I had to try it, but not here because I was talking about that it would be good beach weather and she said she'd never been to the beach in Christchurch before. So now here we are, going to the New Brighton Pier. It was a beautiful day today, despite now being autumn, and clearly everyone agreed, because I don't think I've seen it this busy before. There were just people everywhere. But it was a great place to try the cookie, and once again, I was very impressed. It almost tasted like a salted caramel cookie, but with chocolate chips in it. The salt and the crunch from the chips, while also being a soft cookie, such a great combo. Wouldn't have thought it. But after enjoying our cookies and enjoying the views, it was back to Solid Land, where she noticed these shacks and she was like, what's the deal with these? And I was like, I don't have a clue. So we thought we'd go and check them out. And it turns out that there's just these like random little shops tucked away in here. And while we were there, they were doing an open mic event where just random people could register and just play music. So we ended up going down to this little ice cream shop where she shouted me a raspberry sorbet. It was absolutely delicious, by the way. And we sat and watched some music for a wee bit. And while chatting, she mentioned that she didn't actually get to go to the gondola because the friend that she was going to go with ended up, he was unavailable. So I thought, let's go to the gondola. So now we're at the gondola. An amazing day meant amazing views. I did hope to get like an iced latte or something at the top because it was so hot, but apparently they only sold hot coffees? Very strange. But after all was said and done, I finally dropped her back to her accommodation and I head back home. It's like 5 p.m. and I've eaten so much and I was going to cook dinner tonight and now I just cannot be bothered. I'm honestly not hungry, but it was really good catching up with an old friend. Got some great photos of me. Don't worry, I took some photos of her as well that she could use. And I will catch you. Oh, I feel like I'm losing my voice. Like I was saying, I will catch you on the flip side.